Hi folks, I'm Peter Williams, Director of the AAS WorldWide Telescope project. And in this short video, I'll show you how to play with 55 gigabytes of FITS data in WorldWide Telescope. I'm recording this video in September 2021, and if you're watching a bit later, keep in mind that things may have changed because the interface and the software are always evolving. So the easiest way to do this is to pull up WWT inside the JupyterLab environment. So we can do that with cloud-based infrastructure by going to this URL, bit.ly/pywwt-notebooks. This uses the Binder Hub service to start up a cloud-based Jupyter instance. I've already done that. And so what you'll get after spinning up the server is a view like this. And so we're in Jupyter, but we're actually not going to use any notebooks or Python right now because we can do everything just in the WorldWide Telescope application. So if you go over to this Launcher tab and click on the icon, we pull open the WorldWide Telescope application, and you can click and drag and explore this guy with the built-in data sets. To explore these data sets, we'll load in a few extras. So I'll click on the icon over here and choose this Load WTML Collection option. And here I'll paste in a URL, which I'll include in the video description so you can copy paste it yourself. This is basically a little file that contains information about how to access data where we've processed 55 gigabytes of FITS imagery from PHAT, the Panchromatic Hubble Andromeda Treasury. So it's a huge mosaic of the Andromeda Galaxy taken with Hubble. Click this, and we'll see that the data have loaded. And now if I go over back to the tool menu and choose the imagery add tool, this list will contain the data sets that I've told the program about. So I can start by loading the F475W data, and we'll pan on over to Andromeda and zoom in on the data set. Initially, you can't see very much from the scaling. So if I mouse over here and click, I get controls. I can change the color map to say this plasma, kind of a blue to red type map. I can change the stretch to logarithmic, and we can see a little bit more structure here. And finally, I have interactive controls for the data cutoff. So if I click this target, as I navigate my mouse, it adjusts the cutoff. If I move it to the top left or so, that pushes it down a little bit and lets us see a little bit more of the low-level structure. So I'll click to commit that. So what we've got right here is this is about 25 gigabytes of FITS data, millions of pixels that we're viewing the summary from afar. And what we have here is not going to replace nitty-gritty analysis tools for very fine-grained analysis, but what this will let you do is explore a huge image like this in context. And so what we could do, for instance, is we could choose our background. I know that Pan-STARRS 3Pi survey is available as a background. And so the 3Pi survey multi-resolution data doesn't necessarily draw out the structure of the galaxy so much in that data set, but we've got it in PHAT. And I could do something like blink the data set on and off. And if you pay attention, you can see that the stars line up appropriately. And the main thing is, if I see something of interest, I can zoom way in, and you'll see that the resolution of the data increases as we pull down more data from the internet and take a look at things. I'll scroll back out here, and we can go back to the imagery layer tool and say add the F814 data. Once again, the default view is a little bit hard to see, but I can say make this white to red, make this white to blue, address the cutoff of this, and then say make this data set a little bit transparent. So now we have a little bit of the apparent color showing us the astrophysical colors in this data set. One little trick is if I hold down the control key on my keyboard and click and drag, I can rotate the view. So I can line that up a little bit more nicely. And I can start seeing some of the structure here. And finally, one last feature that we've recently added is we can load up HIPS catalogs. So say I can type in here and pull up the Gaia DR2 catalog. And by default, the markers are rendered as Gaussians. I can turn them into circles, and we'll start seeing circles popping up for all the stars in this data set that are in the Gaia catalog. And likewise, this catalog is also stored in a sort of streamable format where as I zoom in, will pull in more stars that are visible. That's pretty much it for now. I hope you have fun with this. You can pull open the data sets and play with them yourself, explore the millions of stars and the amazing high contrast structure that we have from this awesome data set. Thanks.